First drive of the season. What a nice completion.
This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Carr now on first down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Carr going to throw. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They fake the handoff. Now Carr over the middle here to Brown. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Giving 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Carr now to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Austin Safarian Jenkins there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke. For the catch made, this is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in the Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. They look to throw. It's Locke. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
Set. Check Mike 54. Mike. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Five.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Set. 10-2 stop. Come on, let's go. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will. Take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's go.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go. 15-1. 15-1. Protein spill. Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down. Locke gonna go on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
On the ready.
Mike 5-4. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Drew Lock with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. From the gun, it's Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to. Toss that flag, and they did there. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Carr now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. This is Crowell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Crowell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
A 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's Carr to throw, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Go out. Watch the whip.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from 11 yards out as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
McManus's point after is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together, could get in the field goal.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in this. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Delta.
Following the fumble recovery, it's locked. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Shit. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Watch the shit.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Throwing now is Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown, 40 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay, 77 yards, and the Broncos have once again taken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it, and look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On first down, Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. 180.
47. Check, 47. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Throwing again. Carr. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Carr now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, 734.
Carr to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 15. Check 15. Topper. Look at me. Go. Get it.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. 54. Let's go. Recon, 132 fighter. Safety screaming. Switch. Check hard. Check out. Check.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready up. Check right 54. Right 54. Right here. Kill. Check 9. Right up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 26-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr gives to Richard. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Man open left side is Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Set 70, Indy.
Target. Mike 5-4.
Rock it.
Hey, watch it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Lock. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Lock. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Bravo.
57. Mike 57.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run. Squeeze.
Play action. Now it's Lock. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Raider 1. Hey, high 7.
Let's go.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. This is Crowell on the catch. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the run, it's Crowell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The kick by Carlson is good, but hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a first down. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Block now on first down. We talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. And now look at him go. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 24. On first down, Locke. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Block now on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsay with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys are back within a single score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now this time, Locke will throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Echo.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Drew Lock now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll run on 1st down. Richard, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
What down? 180. 47's a mark. You're mine. Check, 47.
To throw is Carr. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. That one good for 37 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Darian Conley, the one to bring him down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
He will push his way down to about the 14. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash. They could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus.
A 31-yard attempt.
It's no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Running it, Washington. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Another run by Lindsey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Here we go. Watch time. Tight end right. Score. Hey, check. 3 down. Check.
First throw of overtime for Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver, penalty flag had to come out.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you.